welcome back to Higher Hertz. My name is Justin Leopard, your online cello teacher, here with another review video for you guys here today. Primarily we do lessons on this channel, but occasionally I like to talk about different products, not just because the products themselves can help improve your playing, but because the concepts behind the products can help improve your playing. So I think it's really important as cellists to understand the relationship of acoustics and our ears to the music that we're playing, because it's really related. The room you play in can make a huge difference to the sound, and so your practice room can matter. If you're practicing in a really dry, dead room, you're gonna have a harder time getting resonance and things are gonna sound grittier. But if you're in an overly echoey room, you might even struggle to really hear yourself properly because there's so much reverberation going on. So acoustics plays an important part in the cello. And as I discussed in my other video reviewing an endpin, sometimes you can make an improvement to your cello that's significantly less expensive than the cost of a new cello. So that would be the idea behind showing you guys some different products. The one we have today isn't an endpin. It is a very fancy rock stop, essentially. It's called a coupling disc. It's made out of brass. It's very heavy, like a good paperweight. And I know that it's not solid brass. The maker, Dvorono in Louisville, Kentucky, puts also special formulated gels. He spent years studying the material sciences behind acoustics in both cellos and violins and also basses, and has a few different products that are the result of years of effort of engineering to try to make something a little bit better for the endpin side of things, which is typically not something that has been thought about so much. So the coupling disc is meant to couple with one of his endpins, which he makes, but it can also be used with any other endpin. So I have my old steel endpin, and we're gonna compare what it sounds like with the coupling disc, and then also comparing it to Linda West's endpin, which we discussed in a previous video. So let's just get a baseline sound for how this endpin sounds. All right, now let's try it with the coupling disc. So already there's a difference in volume for sure. It's much brasher, and I hear more of those harmonics. It almost might be too harsh of a sound, but it certainly beefs up the cello and brings it out there, and I think improves clarity a little bit. As for warmth, I don't know if it really improves that so much. And one other thing I can say about it is that after having played with it for a while, the sharpness of the endpin can scratch it, which can cause it to slip, the endpin to slip inside this sometimes. So as it gets scratched up, it kind of becomes a little bit more difficult to use, which is one of the biggest downsides of this otherwise really helpful product that is only $125. So about the same cost as a new normal endpin, but cheaper than the cost of a higher end endpin. So like I said, let's also try Linda West's endpin so we can compare not just the steel endpin with this, but also a nicer endpin. So again, let's establish a baseline of what this sounds like. Already creamier, warmer, and I think as loud as the coupling disc. But let's try it with the coupling disc. Those are really nice together. They make the cello just feel very natural to play. The combination of the warmth from Linda West's endpin and the loudness of the coupling disc make for a good combination. Whether that combination is worth just over $300 to you, not for everyone all the time, but again, cheaper than the cost of a new instrument. Now, with this coupling disc, I was also curious what it would sound like with nicer mics in a more naturally acoustic or reverb acoustic situation. So I actually went to my friend's church and was able to record this coupling disc being played in that context. So let's hear it in there as well. So I welcome you to scrub through the video a little bit and compare these different examples, and especially try it on the best speakers or headphones you have to really hear what the difference is in person. A lot of this stuff is a matter of taste, and there can be some subjective differences between it. But I definitely find a standard of improvement with both the coupling disc and an improvement of endpin that is something that would be very difficult to work for just as a player. So there's advantages to thinking this way. Now, if you don't want to spend money on a product, what are some options? Well, for one, just think about what your endpin is doing. If your endpin is so dull that you're always having to use a rubber stopper for it, that's going to be muting the sound. So consider maybe getting your endpin sharpened and then using the rubber tip to protect it when it's in the case, but otherwise trying to connect it with the floor of some sort. You could also find a piece of wood, if you have any sort of spare wood lying around, that you could put the endpin into when you're practicing at home. This sort of thing will help improve your sound and make it more similar to what it's like to perform with cello, which is typically going to be on a wood concert hall stage. So that would be what you can gain from this without having to buy something. But if you're interested, you can go to toneacoustics.com, where Tom has the coupling disc as well as his different endpin options. And you can find Linda West's endpin at lindawest.com. She's excellent as well if you're in Southern California for luthier work. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We really appreciate you watching all our videos. As always, please hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed so that you don't miss out on any more lesson videos. We're going to keep them coming, so stay tuned. Once again, I'm Justin Leppard, also known as the Vagabond Cellist. I really appreciate you guys watching. See you guys next time.